This is an extra updated intro video. I just wanted to point out that we have an extra module called Manifestation Through Eating and Exercise. And then we also have the alignment exercises to get you in your body to connect, communicate, restore, and prepare it for later activities. In the Start Here feature, all of this is still the same, but what I want you to notice is that you're going to have month 1, month 2, and month 3. And the reason why we have 3 months is because we have 3 months of curriculum that we're going to get through together. And if you're in the community program, that means that then we will have a remaining 3 months just to deepen the practices. And if you are with me for a year or your one-on-one package, we will have an additional 8 months that we will be deepening the information. Now, there probably will be things that are added after this intro video is completed. And so when that happens, I'll just let you know about it. So what I want you to notice is that I created a week 1 checklist for you. If you open your classroom and it looks like this, onboarding in month 1, you'll just drop down the menu for onboarding, which this video is part of. And then you'll also open month 1 and you'll make a copy. So the first thing that you could do is see that month 1 is all about releasing and reconditioning. And so for the whole month, you are going to have a weekly checklist to go along with each of the 4 weeks. And the very first week 1, I have all of the videos here for you to create check boxes for because they feel so good when we complete a task. And then also reminders about forms. So filling out your intake form. You have a few of them, and this is going to allow me to coach you. And you can update the forms at any time. So you're not locked into any one goal or at any stage of your growth experience. So you can always update them as we go. And in fact, I'll probably be asking you to update it every month to make sure that we're moving forward with your initial goal. Because each one of these intake forms gives me a spreadsheet. So we will always have a good record of every time you fill it out. So you'll want to make sure that you fill out these intake forms so that I can coach you in the group coaching calls, or if you're in the gamified version of the PHAT Life, then that means that I can help you when you post on the Q&A thread. I also want you to save YouTube playlists to your YouTube so that it's really easy for you to find them, especially when you're at the gym. And so we have the workouts for your energy work, connecting with your inner child, and your alignment with your human design and your astrology. And we're going to get deeper into these modules into the future. Well, in more incorporated into the coaching practice on a week-to-week basis. For right now, we're really focusing on getting you into the groove of having your brain and heart coherency breathing as a daily practice, connecting with your inner child, and really opening your mind to the entire concept of how everything is together. And then finally, you have your week 1 daily journal. And this is also in the month 1 drop down where you could click there and make a copy. And it's going to be the same exact thing as if you were to click directly from your document here. So either way that you want to open it, it's there for your convenience. So what we're looking at in this checklist is you have a couple things that I want you to be doing every single day. A morning mirror check-in. We are the meanest people to ourselves. And so you have already completed the intake form about how you feel about the body parts that aren't functioning properly, so the unhealthy ones, as well as the body parts that you don't like. And so now we have like an overarching view of how you see yourself. And so what I want you to do is every time you look in the mirror, I want you to really try to catch yourself of wherever you reject, shame, or criticize yourself. And then just go ahead and type it in here. When you type, the little bars will just move down. So you could always just delete, as you go. A couple little prompts to help you give yourself a mantra to feel better. In week 1, you're just finding that your feelings are projected into food. And so we're just kind of greasing the wheel before we really take off to help you see that food is a reflection of your feelings. And the dieting mindset that we have is the protective parts from the inner child, and all the ways that we have tried to figure out how to not be rejected, not be shamed, etc., etc. So when you're working on the food, don't feel like you're supposed to be dieting or eating in any certain way. What I want you to do is just be aware of what thoughts and feelings you have when cravings arrive, and then you can journal them there, and then check the box if you were able to meet your needs with curiosity instead of restriction. So that's really good for you to get into the habit and check that off if you were able to shift. If you weren't able to shift, that's okay. You can make a note of it and we can talk about it on your call. Your brain and heart coherency breathing is something that you are doing every single day, because this is going to regulate your nervous system, which has a lot to do with food cravings and stress capacity. And it's also going to help you manifest, because you are purposely changing your aura, your electromagnetic field, with feelings of love, joy, appreciation, kindness, and care. So I gave you just a little reminder of how you do the brain and heart coherency breathing. And then I want you to reflect on, did you experience your imagination in real life? So really start to become aware of the imagination and if it actually happens in real life. And then also if you are embodying those feelings or something sparks that feeling. Like if the feeling is embodied, that either means that you're generating it or it is in your body because it was experienced from the outside in. And so that's really fun to grow our appreciation and grow our ability to create our reality by being observant and grateful when we actually have the experiences of our dreams. The alignment exercises are also a daily practice. You can do your upper body, your deep core, or your lower body. You must do one of them a day. This is the fast track into your intuition, because you have such a controlled environment where you are so in tune with your body parts. So that is a must. And then I want you to write in any thoughts and feelings that came up, any solutions or memories. So when we are focused on our body and we're connecting, since our body is our intuition, you might actually have solutions to problems in your work or in your relationships or even with your car. Like you might have a solution just drop in out of nowhere, but it's actually your own body telling you. So observe that if something happened. Also observe if a memory came up, if something that makes you angry or sad or weird, or that was just a little bit off, you're like, huh, that was hanging out in my energy. Interesting. And just jot it down. And a lot of this is just so that you can become aware of how intuitive you are and how your body is always speaking to you, not necessarily for an outcome. This is just to get into the practice of being observant of your mind body connection. Connecting with your inner child, you want to connect with your inner child every day. Like I've had different pictures of myself at different ages when I had found a core memory that was really painful. And so I would look at that image of myself from around the age of when I thought that core memory happened, so that I could connect with that aspect of myself and really love her and show her appreciation for what we're able to do because of that pain that she was holding. Almost like our inner child, to me, feels a little bit like a treasure chest, like she's really holding it down for us for what we're doing now as adult women. So when you connect with your inner child, you want to make it a practice. Maybe you put an image of yourself on the phone, on your phone. And then also, if you are having a hard time, if you're struggling, if you really feel stuck, if you feel like you're in a rut, this is when you actually want to do the connecting with your inner child meditation. But that's not something that you have to do every single day. But we do just want to get into the practice of remembering that she is an aspect of ourself that is alive and well, and connecting with her just makes us more whole and more powerful in the present day. Your evening reflection: how did I show up for my body today? Where did I meet my body's needs with love instead of shame? What progress did I make in aligning my emotions, mind, and body? What small act of self-honoring can I carry into tomorrow? So obviously these speak for themselves. And then support. So you're going to use this space to notate if you have any questions. So if you're in the community, these are questions that you're going to ask on the weekly hot seat coaching. If you're in the private container, you can come to the weekly calls, but then you also have 2 private calls a month. Yeah, 2 private calls a month. And then if you're in the gamified version of the PHAT Life, that means that you would just drop in any questions that you have on the Q&A feed. And so you may just want to compile them and then once a week drop them on the Q&A feed, at least 24 hours before we have the group call.